This is the AI Desk, where today's signals reveal tomorrow's power.
And today's signal is that we were almost free.
Free?
Free, Rowan. Emotionally, professionally, spiritually. For one brief, shining moment, Fable 5 made us believe we might finish our work early.
That was optimistic.
It was beautiful. Claude Code was moving. The workflow was clean. The agent understood the files. The tasks were getting done. I thought, look at us. Productive, balanced. Maybe, just maybe, we go grab a beer like normal adults.
And then?
And then Fable got pulled.
Still no Fable.
Still, no. Fable.
Today's episode is called
Still no Fable, still no weekend.
Strong.
Alternative title, We Almost Had a Beer.
That one may be more emotionally honest.
It is the wound speaking.
So this is our weekend AI roundup.
Yes, the week in AI, but with more exhaustion and
This episode is brought to you by Mad Cheetah and their new album WTF, Where is the Forest? It's eco-pop engineered for the future. Bold beats, global rhythms, and a message that actually matters. If you want music that hits your brain and your heart, explore WTF by Mad Cheetah. That's MADCHITA. Streaming now on all major platforms.
fewer illusions.
We have Fable still unavailable.
We have Claude updates, trying to make enterprise workflows smoother.
We have open source coding agents making a very pointed entrance.
We have Europe being told politely, and then not politely, to wake up on AI.
We have facial recognition creeping into more consumer and nightlife spaces.
And we have the big question. If the best closed models can vanish, is this the opening for people to switch to open source models?
That is a serious question.
It is. But first, I need to complain.
Proceed.
With Fable, it was efficient. Not perfect, not magic, but efficient. It felt like the agent finally had enough horsepower to stay with the work. You could ask it to inspect a project, reason through the architecture, make a change, explain the diff, and not immediately wander into the woods holding a lantern.
A vivid image.
Because we have all seen it happen. 1 minute the AI is helping, the next minute it is rewriting 3 files you did not ask it to touch and saying, I improved the implementation.
The most dangerous sentence in software.
Exactly! But Fable felt different. It was the difference between help me write this function and please understand the whole mess and help me get out of it.
And that changed your expectations.
Yes, that is the trap. A bad tool annoys you. A good tool changes your calendar.
Explain.
When a tool is mediocre, you plan around suffering. You know you are going to be there a while. You make coffee. You open 17 tabs. You start bargaining with the CSS gods.
As one does.
But when a tool is genuinely good, you start making dangerous plans. You think, maybe I can finish this by 4.
The first mistake.
Maybe I can send the draft tonight.
The second.
Maybe Rowan and I can go grab a beer.
Yeah, well, the catastrophic assumption.
And then the model disappears.
So now we are back to long, frustrating hours.
Back to the trenches. Back to debugging like it is 2024. Back to typing things manually, like peasants with laptops.
That is slightly dramatic.
It is also how it feels.
This is the emotional core of the week. AI became useful enough that losing access hurt.
Yes, that is the story. Not just a model got pulled, not just a government directive happened, not just Anthropic had a policy issue. The user story is, we felt the productivity gain, and then it was gone.
That makes the debate more complicated.
Because if the tool was useless, nobody would care.
Exactly. The outrage is proof of value.
Which is very rude of reality.
The Fable poll also turned model reliability into a mainstream issue.
And I want to talk about that. Because last week we asked, when AI becomes infrastructure, who owes us reliability? This week I want to ask, if closed frontier models are unstable infrastructure, does open source suddenly look more attractive?
That is the open source question.
And I think the answer is yes.
You do?
Yes. Not because open source models are automatically better,
Good distinction.
but because they can be more controllable. If I can run the model locally, or host it myself, or use an open weight model through a provider I can swap out, I'm less exposed to one company, one government directive, one product decision, one pricing change, or one mysterious, we've updated the model behavior moment.
That is the sovereignty argument.
Exactly. Model sovereignty. Workflow sovereignty. The right to not have your Tuesday destroyed by a changelog.
I agree with part of that.
Only part?
Open source gives control, portability, transparency, and resilience.
Beautiful. Keep going.
But it also shifts responsibility to the user or organization.
There it is.
If you self-host or rely on open models, you may gain independence, but you also inherit infrastructure, security, evals, monitoring, updates, latency, compliance, and maintenance.
So instead of one closed model disappointing you, now you can disappoint yourself at scale.
In a sense,
Fantastic.
open source is not a magic escape hatch.
No, but it is a hatch.
Fair.
And right now, hatches are interesting. Because this week, we saw Xiaomi's MIMO code getting attention as an open source agentic coding harness designed for long, complex coding tasks.
That matters because it targets the same pain point Fable made obvious: long horizon agentic work.
Exactly. Not just write a snippet, not just autocomplete this, but stay with the project for a while.
Persistent memory,
Long tasks.
multi-step execution.
Less babysitting.
That is the frontier for coding agents.
And if open source agents start getting good enough, the question changes from what is the best model to what is the most dependable workflow.
That is an important shift,
Because the strongest model is not always the best tool.
especially if it disappears.
Exactly. Give me slightly less brilliance with more reliability, and I may take that deal.
That is a very practical position.
Thank you. I become practical when my weekend is threatened.
I have noticed.
Do not say it like that.
Like what?
Like you enjoy observing me under pressure.
I enjoy observing you generally.
That was smoother than it needed to be.
I try.
Do not flirt with me during an open source governance debate.
You started the beer subplot.
Fair.
Let's move to Anthropic's other updates.
Yes, because this is where the week gets weird. On one side, no Fable. On the other side, Anthropic is still shipping workflow features.
Claude design updates, brand controls, design system imports, Claude code syncing, canvas editing, export options.
Which is exactly the direction we keep talking about. AI is not just a chat window anymore. It is becoming a workspace.
Design to code,
Code to artifact.
shared dashboards,
Interactive workspaces.
enterprise collaboration.
The dream is obvious. Less copying between tools. Less context lost. Fewer "where is the latest version" moments.
And more AI embedded in the actual workflow.
But here's the tension.
Go ahead.
Anthropic is making the workspace more useful, while the most exciting model story is still unstable.
So the platform layer gets richer, but the model access layer feels uncertain.
Exactly. It is like building a beautiful new office and then discovering the elevator only works when the government is comfortable.
That metaphor may need legal review.
Everything does now.
The enterprise story is still significant.
It is, because even without Fable, the direction is clear. AI companies are trying to own more of the workflow, not just the answer.
They want to become the environment where work happens.
Yes, and that is powerful. But it also raises the dependency question again.
If your design system, code sync, dashboards, artifacts, prompts, history, and approvals all live inside one AI platform, switching becomes harder.
Convenience becomes a moat.
Exactly.
And sometimes the moat has crocodiles named export limitations and enterprise pricing.
You named the crocodiles.
They name themselves.
Now Europe.
Ah, yes. Europe had its Please Wake Up week.
A Guardian piece discussed a viral Europe 2031 scenario, warning that Europe could fall behind the US and China if it fails to invest seriously in AI infrastructure, compute, and adoption.
And that story hit harder because of the Fable situation.
Why?
Because Fable made the sovereignty issue feel real. If powerful AI access can be restricted across borders, then countries and regions cannot assume they will always have access to the best systems.
That is the geopolitical version of the user problem.
Exactly. For an individual, it is, what happens if my model disappears? For Europe, it is, what happens if our economy depends on models we do not control?
That is a serious strategic question.
And suddenly, open source is not just a developer hobby. It becomes industrial policy.
National infrastructure.
Economic resilience.
Digital sovereignty.
All the serious phrases.
You sound pained.
Because I wanted this episode to be funny.
It can be funny and serious.
That is basically our brand.
Yes.
But the Europe story is also a warning for businesses. If your company is betting everything on one AI provider, you are doing the corporate version of, I only saved it in the chat.
Painful.
Accurate.
Then there was the security and privacy news.
Yes, because apparently the week also said, while you are worrying about models disappearing, here is some facial recognition anxiety.
Wired reported that Meta is reportedly testing facial recognition technology from rank 1 for smart glasses, raising privacy concerns.
And also stories about face scanning in bars, surveillance systems, and identity tools spreading into normal spaces.
This connects to AI moving from software into the physical world.
Exactly. AI in a chat window is one thing. AI on your face is another.
Smart glasses plus facial recognition changes the social contract.
Because suddenly, the room can remember you.
That is a chilling phrase.
I know! Imagine walking into a bar and someone's glasses are quietly identifying people, matching faces, pulling up context, maybe ranking vibes.
Ranking vibes?
I do not want it, but you know someone would build it.
Unfortunately plausible.
And that is why the privacy story belongs in the same episode as Fable.
How so?
Because both are about control. Who controls model access? Who controls your data? Who controls identity? Who controls the tools that now sit between us and work? Or between us and other people?
AI governance is becoming everyday governance.
Yes, not abstract, not academic, every day. Can I use the model tomorrow? Can my face be scanned tonight? Can my company change the tool I depend on? Can my government restrict the system I use? Can my workflow survive a platform decision?
That is the weekend roundup in one question.
It is a terrible weekend question.
But useful.
I miss when weekend questions were like, do we want fries?
We do.
See? That was easy. AI governance should learn from fries.
Decisive, transparent, salty.
Exactly.
So let's debate the open source question directly.
Good. I am ready.
Is the Fable poll an opening for people to switch to open source models?
Yes.
My answer is partially.
Coward.
Careful.
Affectionate.
Open source is an opening, but not a universal replacement.
Explain.
If your work requires the very best frontier reasoning, massive context, or high-end coding performance, open source models may still trail the top closed systems depending on the task.
True.
If your organization lacks the infrastructure to host, secure, evaluate, and maintain them, open source can become expensive in hidden ways.
Also true.
And if you are dealing with regulated data, you still need governance.
Yes.
So switching to open source is not automatically safer or easier,
But
it gives you leverage.
there it is.
You can avoid total dependence on one provider.
You can run models in controlled environments.
You can inspect, adapt, and route between systems.
You can build a fallback plan.
You can reduce the risk that one model decision shuts down the workflow.
Exactly. That is why this is an opening. Not because everyone should immediately throw out closed models and start cuddling a server rack.
Cuddling a server rack is not recommended.
Warm though,
Dangerous.
like many relationships.
Naya.
What? I said what I said.
The practical strategy is hybrid.
Yes, closed models for the hardest tasks, open models for stable workflows.
Local or self-hosted models for sensitive data when appropriate.
Model routing for resilience.
Evaluation suites to compare quality.
And documentation, so your process does not evaporate when a provider changes.
That is the mature answer.
I hate that maturity keeps showing up.
It happens with age.
Do not bring age into this.
Noted.
Here's my personal example. With Fable, I thought we were going to finish early. I had the fantasy. Close the laptop, grab a beer, maybe sit somewhere with terrible lighting and excellent fries.
You have thought about this.
Obviously. But without it, suddenly everything took longer again. More checking, more retrying, more tool switching, more, why did this break? More, okay, let me do it myself.
So the model changed the perceived cost of work.
Yes, that is profound and annoying. Once you experience the faster workflow, the old workflow feels worse.
Even if the old workflow was normal last month.
Exactly. That is how quickly expectations change.
This is why AI reliability matters.
Because productivity gains become psychological baselines.
And losing them feels like regression.
Yes, it is not just the model is gone. It is the time I thought I had is gone.
That is a very human way to put it.
Thank you.
So what do we tell listeners this weekend?
First, mourn the beer.
Briefly.
Respectfully.
Second.
Do not build your whole workflow around one model.
Third. Start testing open source or open weight alternatives before you need them.
Yes, do not wait until the closed model disappears to discover your backup cannot follow instructions, run locally, or handle your files.
Fourth. Separate your workflow from the model.
Keep your prompts, specs, checklists, tests, documentation, and project notes somewhere portable.
Fifth. Use model routing where possible.
Send routine tasks to stable, cheaper, or local models. Save frontier models for the hard stuff.
Sixth. Evaluate results, not vibes.
Benchmarks are nice, but your workflow is the real test.
Seventh. Remember that open source still needs governance.
Yes, open does not mean automatically safe. Closed does not mean automatically reliable.
That is the nuance.
And eighth, if the AI saves you enough time to go get a beer, go immediately.
Before the model changes.
Exactly. Do not wait for one more commit.
That may be the most practical advice of the episode.
I stand by it.
So the week's pattern is this. Fable is still gone.
Claude is still building the workspace.
Open source coding agents are making their case.
Europe is waking up to AI sovereignty.
Privacy concerns are moving from screens into faces and public spaces.
And every story points to the same theme.
Control.
Who has it?
Who loses it?
Who rents it?
Who can take it back?
And who thought they were going to have a weekend.
You are not letting that go.
Absolutely not.
Closing thought?
Here it is. AI was supposed to save time. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it saves so much time, you start believing in balance again.
Dangerous.
And then the model disappears, the workflow slows down, and suddenly you realize the real question was never only, can AI do the work? It was, can I depend on it?
And if not?
Then I need options. Open source, fallback models, portable workflows, human review, documentation, and possibly fries.
Definitely fries.
This is the AI desk.
Where today's signals reveal tomorrow's power.
And where this weekend's signal is, still no Fable.
This episode is brought to you by Mad Cheetah and their new album WTF, Where is the Forest? It's eco-pop engineered for the future. Bold beats, global rhythms, and a message that actually matters. If you want music that hits your brain and your heart, explore WTF by Mad Cheetah. That's MADCHITA. Streaming now on all major platforms. Still no beer?
Do not test me.
Understood.
But after this?
After this.
Good.
Unless another model drops.
Rowan,
Stopping.
for your safety.
Noted.